And there we go. The obvious answer that I have known. You've proven me right. Look at you. Thinking you have all the power in the world, thinking you could trick me. I've fallen for your illusion. How disappointing. So, you're gonna longingly gaze at me. Good luck wiping your ass.
Hey everybody, this is Zzexplorer here. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the Dom series and, the things that would happen between the finals and then with the, cheating going on again. Like, just to recap a little bit about it, just because I feel like it. Nobody's asking me to do this, but I feel like doing it. And holy shit, what a fucking win for NA. Like, who the hell would have expected Warlord to come back and actually win a tournament? It's fucking nuts, and props to Cluckies and props to the guys in Team Killing Service for winning. I'm not really sure who won in the EU side. I think it was like Oversleepers or something like that. I don't really keep up with EU as much, but congrats to them too. Also wanted to talk about RNG trying to sneak in Darrow again and got caught. They got caught and then they got their whole team DQ'd. Apparently they didn't want to play without Darrow or something like that, and kind of unfortunate. They should have just probably found a sub and just done that. I mean, it is what it is, but they really just, in my opinion, should have just found a sub. I mean, they had the chance to do that, and they decided against it. I mean, I don't know the guys. They're EU. I don't really talk to them. I don't know what that reasoning behind that was. Why they thought they could sneak back in Darrow. I mean, it's just a little funny to me. Also, on NA side of things, multiple players had to go on air quotes vacation last minute during the weekend. I think it's a little funny, and I mean, if you look at the teams, I mean, you can probably see which teams actually had players that weren't following the rules, so to speak, from the NA. I'm not gonna call anybody out or anything like that. I mean, obviously, if you know, or if you can put two and two together, you'd see who wasn't playing fairly or not fairly, but like maybe some players underage or something like that. That's mainly what it is. So talking about EU again, Nova $100 was trying to keep Tylenol and friends out of the tournament because they were underage, and apparently they tried telling Ubisoft a bunch of times or something like that about the fact that they were underage, or they tried keeping them out. They were trying to do what Ubisoft wasn't doing. And they were trying to just keep underage players out of the finals. Which, I mean, taking matters into your own hands, I don't know if that was the call, but I mean, at the same time, like, Ubisoft wasn't listening to them too, so I don't know. This is super, it is, I watched Free's video on it, and he had a good point. It's both on Ubisoft and the player base, but I mainly want to say it's Ubisoft's fault, because this all could have prevented a long time ago. But one thing I wanted to touch on that I don't know if anybody's been talking about necessarily is that, like, yeah, these players may have account share, they may have been underage, but that doesn't take away from their skill. And I think that's what a lot of the non-comp players don't take into account, that a lot of the players that were actually in the Dominion Series finals and the ones that were cheating too, and it's not necessarily that they were cheating by using scripts or anything like that. They were cheating by account sharing or by being underage, which doesn't take away their skill. If you go and you try to play against these guys when they're in a competitive setting, you're still going to lose. These people are extremely good at the game. They know it inside and out. This is it doesn't take away from their skill, and I think that's what a lot of the common For Honor players look at this tournament and see the turnout and see the cheating going on, and they just assume, oh well, this is why I was losing. This is why, because they're all cheating. No, it's not the case. You just don't realize that there's other reasons as to why things happen like this. Mainly because Ubisoft doesn't, change their aging rule, which is a thing that is across all of Ubisoft. It's not just on For Honor or anything like that. But also, the account sharing stuff, I mean, that doesn't take away from the skill of these players. These players are extremely good players, extremely well-known players. It doesn't make sense to count them out for what they did for that. I've just seen a lot of people just trying to disregard the comp scenes and stuff like that, and then just it doesn't make sense when they're still all extremely good players and better than the majority of the players that would be playing if they weren't doing that, you know? With that all said, I don't know if Ronner's going to decide to do a Dominion Series 3. From what I've heard, it is going to happen, but it won't be a whole year long, and it might be LAN of all things, which would be really cool. I've talked about it before, and I've said that the only thing that I'd potentially have me come back would be if they did LAN. But I don't know necessarily if that's going to be the case or if that's going to, you know, be a thing anymore after all this stuff, especially because, you know, I mean, a lot of people didn't want to play it because of the prize pool, like, and how long it was. It's like 9 months of a tournament just for like, what, 60k? It's not sustainable for majority of these players that are putting like 8 hours a day into this game. I did say I'd potentially come back to comp if it did have a LAN, but I mean, who's to say, you know, like, I don't know. I'm kind of cozy not being in comp. It is very stressful, and especially for the pay amount that they do. But I don't know. Either way, I wanted to congratulate the winners that did actually win. I know that TKS, those boys, didn't have any issues. They were, I think, one of the only teams that didn't actually have any underage players or any foul play going on. And I really am glad that they won. I've been, you know, supporting TKS since they started. You know, since they originally had the original lineup and everything. They're really good people, and I'm so glad that they took the finals. They deserve it. But yeah, on an end note, I just wanted to thank a lot of the people that have been watching my videos. I'm glad that people have been subscribing and they're enjoying what I put up, and I want people to know also that I'm going to not only just be putting up gank videos, I'm going to be putting up just random stuff whenever I feel like it. I don't want to be doing gank videos all the time. It kind of like gets stale for me after a little bit. I mean, I've been putting up videos like daily, practically almost every day, and I just want to branch out a little bit. If you guys are cool with that, let me know. And I also want to thank the people that have been helping me out and supporting me and stuff, and especially to the players that have been helping me with the videos themselves, especially Obi and Phoenix. Those two guys have been extremely helpful, and just so you guys know, Phoenix makes the majority of these ganks up. Like, I don't make them up myself. So, I mean, sometimes I come up with a few, but Phoenix is just like a mastermind at these ganks. Like, he could come up with a gank out of like nothing, out of thin air. It's actually kind of crazy. Like, some of the ganks that he's come up with is nuts. I know a lot of people don't really care for the guy, but you know, he's a good guy. All know, and he's very, very knowledgeable about these ganks and knows how to come up with them. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and all that jazz, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.